Every day is an opportunity to do your best work, to learn something new, and to give value to the lives of those around you. I aim to do this every day so I can put my signature on the efforts I do and feel good about the impact I make daily. Hello, I'm Matthew Encina. I work as a creative professional in beautiful Los Angeles, California. In a previous life, I was a designer, animator, and creative director working on TV commercials. Now, I teach and create content at the Futur, where I help creative professionals sharpen their skills and earn money doing what they love. While no 2 days are exactly alike, I hope to share a glimpse of what the world looks like through my lens. This is a typical day in my life. I set my alarm every day at 6 a.m. and a second one at 6:30. I don't always get up on the first one, so I have to have a backup. I love the early mornings because I have the most energy and time for myself. Before anything, I must have coffee. Usually I have coffee in one of two ways. When I want it hot, I use my AeroPress, which takes about 2 minutes to make. When I want something chilled, I enjoy a smooth glass of cold brew, which I steep 8 hours overnight in my fridge. Most people say staring at a screen the first thing in the morning is a terrible way to start your day. However, I find because of the quality of the people I follow, I'm often inspired, learn new things, and can engage in some stimulating dialogue. This helps to wake up my brain and gets me ready for the next part of my morning. Once I'm fully awake and caffeinated, I work out my mind or my body. Most days I'll head to the gym where I lift weights, rock climb, or do calisthenics. Working out helps me to keep mental clarity because of all the mood-boosting chemicals that are released in the process. I know in the long run I'd like my body to be as sharp as my mind, so I make sure to work out at least 3 to 5 times a week to stay healthy. On the days I don't work out my body, I stay in and write to work out my mind. Writing helps bring order to the chaos of my thoughts. It gives form to what I've been thinking about and helps me clarify my ideas. Lately, I've been thinking and writing a lot about my creative career, how I got here, and the process behind it. That's because I had to give a talk on the subject recently at a local event, so it's been on the top of my mind. After my morning workout, I do a quick check of my email before I head into work. This helps me understand if there are any urgent matters that have popped up to help me frame and organize my day. I usually roll into work around 10 a.m. On Monday, we do all of our weekly planning so the entire team can use the rest of the week to work. As one of the managers here, I lead the discussion on what needs to get done for the week. Recently, we've been using these meetings to run design sprints to focus on improving the user experience on the digital products we sell. Design sprints are a facilitated way of problem solving and innovating using the collective brain power of a group. It was developed at Google years ago and has been popularized by Jake Knapp's book. I'll leave more resources about this in the description if you want to learn more. After I'm done meeting with the team, I recollect my thoughts and plan out my own week. I crack open Notion, my favorite organization tool, to manage my to-dos for the week. This includes the content I need to produce, people I need to follow up with, and plan for a little time to chip away at some of my long-term goals. Monday mornings are when I get the most emails. And if you've seen my previous video, you know how easy it is to get sucked into a black hole of wasted time, sorting and responding to your inbox. To save time, I use email templates to help me respond faster to common inquiries. And to manage all of my meetings and calls, I use an app called Calendly. It's a link that I send out to people so that they can book time with me whenever I have an opening. This syncs with all of my calendars so I spend less time coordinating appointments and avoid double booking a time slot. One of my favorite times of the day is lunch. Luckily, here in LA, we have so many good food options, especially if you're trying to eat healthy. My usual go-to is a well-prepared protein with vegetables on the side. When I get back to the office, I prepare for a long afternoon of deep work. Before I start, I make another cup of coffee to fight the 3 p.m. energy slump. We have a Chemex at work, and I usually make enough for me and a coworker. Focus, focus, focus. From the afternoon till the end of the day, I focus on writing and making content. My role as the Chief Content Officer at the Futur is to lead the editorial team, produce content, and help create the curriculum for the educational products we sell. This takes a lot of brain power to do, so I close my door and run a few focus sprints in 90-minute blocks. This helps me get my work done, uninterrupted from my coworkers, and free from the distraction of the internet. At 5 p.m., music plays on the overhead speakers. This is a cue for the entire company to step away from their work and take a break together. This helps break up the day and spur up some camaraderie with the team. One of our favorite activities at the moment is to play Super Smash Bros. On Nintendo Switch. When I return to my desk, I check my email once again to see if there's anything I need to respond to. I also spend time here responding to people in the community. I reply to comments on our YouTube videos and answer questions in our private Facebook and Slack groups. For the rest of the day, if I still have creative juice in me, I do one more sprint of work to wrap up any lingering to-dos and close any open thoughts. During this period, I also review the work of my team and give them feedback, so when they come in the next day, they have a clear direction on what to do next. I usually end my day around 7 or 8 p.m. When I get home, I like to cook. It helps me to relax because it has nothing to do with my busy day. It helps me to empty my mind and focus on making a good meal. On days when I'm completely spent, I order takeout. LA has some of the best diversity in food, and we're quite spoiled because every place in town delivers. I usually like to close out my day playing an hour of video games or catching up on a show. This helps me detach and escape from thinking about work. It allows me to slow the momentum of my thoughts and spend some quiet time with my wife. Sometimes she likes to draw during the evenings, which is perfect because I like to chill on the couch. Once my energy and thoughts have slowed down, I head to bed. I set my alarm and do it all again the next day. And that's a day in my life. The composition of the days don't always look like this. I like to spend 1 or 2 days of the week working from home or out of the office. Breaking up the regular routines help me refocus and introduce new stimuli from other environments. If you're interested in learning more about how I organize my life or about my creative process, let me know in the comments. And if you have questions, ask and I'll do my best to answer them. If you're curious about anything I spoke about in the video, I've left links and resources for you in the description below. With that out of the way, it's time to get back to work.